In my previous video that I made on how to make your own skills and workflows, I think I went too fast. So I'm going to show you step by step how to do this. And I have a perfect use case to show you. So my husband writes children's books, illustrated children's books for our grandchildren. So he writes the books, and then I generate all of the little chapter heading images with ChatGPT, and then I put all of it together. Well, I don't. I'm going to show you. It's just Chatty does it for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a fresh new chat here, okay? Because what want this skill to do is I want to be able to upload my husband's doc file. I want it to read the file, and then I want it to create a prompt runner file for me to then run in prompt runner to create all of the chapter heading images for me. So what I want to do first is I want to add my, I don't want to do it like that because then I'm going to have to search forever. So what I want to do first is I want to add my Q Builder skill, that's included with Prompt Runner. You get this skill. So I want that Prompt Runner skill. I want the master skill template because I know I'm going to be making a skill workflow out of this. And then I want the turn the way I do something into a skill. And I want help me turn my skill into a workflow. Okay. And those are available free on Prompt Runner under the skills. And what I'm using is skill 15 and 16, which is turn the way I do something into a skill, and then help me turn several skills into one workflow. So all I'm going to do is upload these. Okay. And then now I want to upload my document. So I have my husband's book here. So I'm just going to upload that document. And then what I want to tell it is I want to tell the chat what I want it to ultimately do. So just like I told you guys, read this doc chapter by chapter, create a prompt runner. Oh, let me start over here because I don't want this to just do this one time. Okay. We're going to create a skill. When I upload a doc file, I want you to read the doc, then generate a prompt runner file that I can use to generate an image for each chapter of the doc. Base each image on the chapter it belongs to. There will be one image per chapter. Okay, so I'm just going to tell it that, okay, and just tell it that that's what we're going to do, and it's going to think about it. Yep, turn each chapter into one image generation job. Yes, 8 chapters, so this book would produce 8 image job. And it's giving me what he thinks that we should do. So, mhm. Okay, so it built the skill for me, which is right here, and then it went ahead and built me the prompt runner test file. But I need to tell it something because I didn't tell it how the books were formatted and what size I want the images, because I don't want to be doing that every time. I just want to upload the skill and upload my doc and type prompt runner. That's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it the images need to be the same size as this reference. And then I'm just going to upload a already formatted book. So I uploaded a book that was already formatted that had the images the correct size that I want for the way that we do our books, and told it to each image should conform to the sizes shown in the reference book, update the skill, and prompt runner instructions. Okay, so now I'm going to download the updated skill. Okay, so now I'm going to test it. I'm going to start a new chat, and all I'm going to upload is that new downloaded skill, which is right here, as the zip file. And then I'm just going to add that doc and then just type prompt runner. And it should read my skill and then just automatically give me my prompt runner file, which is what it's doing. So then I don't have to type in every time. My doc is it's formatted this. I need this size image. Output this way. So all I do is upload the zip file, upload the document, and it makes my prompt runner file for me. And again, I forgot to tell it something, just like we always do. So add one image to the prompt runner file. We need a cover image, full cover, add the title and author in this format. And I'm just going to upload a reference. Now, obviously, I should have done that in my skill. Okay, so I uploaded one of the books with the cover image and told it to update the prompt runner file because I forgot to tell it to include the cover image. So we're going to get our prompt runner file, and then we're going to throw it in prompt runner, and then I'll show you guys all of the images that it creates. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to download my prompt runner file, and then here is prompt runner, and I'm just going to start a new chat, and I'm going to choose my prompt runner file. There we go. And then I want to tell prompt runner where I want to save my images. I'm just going to leave it here. That's fine. And then choose the variance time that I wanted to submit the prompts for. What I need to do here, though, always is I need to add my consistent character sheets because I want Pumpkin to always look the same. So I need all of my consistent character sheets that I have for Pumpkin. And then once those are added, all I have to do is hit start, and it will make all of my images for me, and then I can go do other things and I don't have to copy and paste my prompts everywhere. Okay, so now all I do is hit start, and it's going to start creating those images, and it's going to run each image, and the images are going to show up right in here because that's where I told them to show up. It's going to create a file in here that's going to say prompt runner. Here it is right here. Here's my prompt runner folder. And then each image is going to be downloaded automatically once it's created. And I'll pause the video here for just a second so we can wait for some images to be created so you can see. So Codex is running and creating my images. We'll wait just a second and I'll show you. It'll show it adding the prompt, and there it is making the images. So let's go back to our finder. So all of our images are being downloaded here. Here's image 1, 2, 3. It read the book, created the prompts based on what each chapter of the book was about. So Prompt Runner is running and making all of my images for me based on each chapter, and then it's going to create a cover image for me. So I'm going to pause the video and wait till it's all done. Okay, my Prompt Runner file is done. Here are all of my images based on my book. So in my output, here are all my chapter images, and then it downloaded my character reference sheets too. So, okay, that's all done. Now what I want to do is I want to come back to that original chat that I was in, and I just want to tell it to update my skill file with the changes we made here. There we go. And it will give me a new file that I could download with those changes. So you don't have to like go back and start over. You can just tell it to update what you're working on. So that's going to update that, and I'll download it, and that'll be my skill. So I have all of my images and my document, so I need to put it together. So, you know, we're not going to stop there. I'm going to make it do it for me. So what I have is a codex project, which is the coding part of ChatGPT, okay? And don't be scared. I just want to show you what's possible, okay? So I have a little codex project that does this. So I'm going to grab all of my images, and I'm just going to throw them in that file. And for some reason it didn't download my last pumpkin image, so I'm just going to download him and put it in that file. Where's my puppy books? Okay, and then I'm going to come down here to Codex, and what I did was I added that folder, that input folder, this folder right here. I just opened my files and folders and just navigated to that folder, and that's the folder it's going to be working in. So now I'm just going to tell my little codex project to make my book, and then I'm going to tell it what kind of book we're doing, because this makes any kind of book. So this is a 8.5 by Children's Illustrated, center front matter, resize chapter header images to be 300 DPI and start page numbers at chapter 1. Oh, and I also want to tell it left align reverse introduction. Okay, so it's probably going to come back and say you've already made this book, but we'll see. Okay, so then it's going to ask me if it can use that folder. So I'm going to tell it, yes, you can. So then it's going to go into the folder and grab all my images and everything and put everything together for me. Okay, so Codex formatted my book for me and put it together, and then I told it to export that to my output folder. So let me pull that up for you. Here's the input folder where we have our chapter, and let me just show you that. This is how it was formatted, okay? This is no special formatting, it just says chapter 1, chapter 2, it's nothing crazy, okay? So that's the raw document file. And then all of the images that Prompt Runner made for us, okay? So here's our output. Here is our pumpkin book. So here's our chapter and then our image that corresponds to the story. Each chapter has its corresponding image for what's going on in the story, and it's all ready to go formatted for us. So, and before anybody comes at me, before the AI haters come at me with the whole, oh, AI's terrible. Listen, I'm not having that debate. I just don't. I choose not to enter into that debate. So, so no need to comment on the video or anything. Just obviously this is not for you. So that is how you create your skill, and you can personalize the skill to work for your workflow. And I thought this was a good walkthrough of how to do that. So if you guys have questions, if you didn't understand how to do something, just let me know in the comments and I'm happy to explain it to you.